Joe Burrow is back. Hi again, everyone. I'm James Rapien with allbengals.com and Cincinnati Bengals talk here at Paul Brown Stadium, where number 9 is going to make his preseason debut, his season debut here today against the Miami Dolphins. The last time Joe Burrow suited up and played a game at Paul Brown Stadium, well, it was week 8 last year when the Bengals upset the Tennessee Titans. So we'll see Burrow to start today's game. Don't expect to see a lot of him. This is just really a warm-up, a preview for what we're going to see 2 weeks from today, which is the regular season debut against Mike Zimmer and the Minnesota Vikings. But I do expect to see Burrow throw the ball. I know there's been some debate. Should he just go out there and hand it off? Well, look. Joe Burrow doesn't want to just go out there and hand the ball off to Joe Mixon or Samaje Perine or Chris Evans or one of his wide receivers if you're talking about a reverse or an end around or something like that. He's going to want to throw it at least once, maybe twice. Earlier this week, he talked about how he wanted to get hit. I don't think that's going to happen, and he said the same thing. I think it's going to be quick passes, maybe a screen to Jamar Chase, maybe a safe downfield throw to one of these guys where you got a max protect and you're just doing it. The other thing I could see is Tyler Boyd, a little slant, something like that. So I do expect Joe Burrow to throw it today, but outside of that first drive or that first set of offensive plays, however long he's in the game, and again, maybe 2 drives, I would be shocked. The scenario of 2 drives is they go 3 and out, he doesn't get the throw, he says, hey, put me back in there, let's run this play, and get me the hell out of there. So we'll see. But after that, it's all about the back end of this roster. Starting defensive players aren't going to be in today. That means you're going to be able to evaluate, and this coaching staff is going to be able to evaluate a guy like Darius Hodge, who has stood out, who has quickly become a fan favorite throughout this preseason and training camp. Will Noah Spence, who was signed less than 2 weeks ago, be able to make the 53-man roster? He's going to get plenty of playing time today, as will guys like Khalid Kareem, who have been injured, who really need to flash, need to show this team, this coaching staff, that they deserve to be here long term. There's plenty of position battles, not just on that defensive line, but you look at the running back position. Jaquez Patrick has been great this preseason, as has Chris Evans. Does that mean Trevion Williams is completely out of it? We'll see. I think Williams, after missing the first 2 games due to injury, expect him to play today, and I expect him to really try to make an impact, because it's going to be tough to surpass these other guys. And that's the thing, is there's probably only 3, maybe 4 running back spots that are going to be on, 4 running backs that are going to be on this 53-man roster. We know Joe Mixon. We know Samaje Perine. I think Chris Evans is a lock. So really, can Patrick show this coaching staff enough to say, hey, I deserve to be on the roster? Or will Trevion Williams have a big day and make it even more complicated for this Bengals front office, which is exactly what you want, by the way, if you're the Bengals. You want tough decisions. You want guys that might have some trade value that aren't going to make your team with cutdown day on Tuesday at 4 p.m. when the Bengals have to go from 80 on the roster to 53. Other position groups to watch: wide receiver. I think Mike Thomas is a lock, despite some people speculating about him. You're going to see him a lot today, but you're also going to see guys like Trenton Irwin, Trent Taylor, Stanley Morgan. Can they flash their potential not only on special teams but at the receiver position? Certainly something to watch. Will Eli Apple, who's now technically considered a first-teamer, how many reps will he get? He's been banged up in camp. And speaking of cornerbacks, Jalen Davis, he's been a standout corner and really, really exceeded expectations, has improved a lot this offseason, and we've seen it throughout training camp. Always seems to make a play. Saw it in preseason the first 2 weeks. So can he solidify his spot on this roster? There's a lot of questions. All I know is we're going to have a lot of answers after the game, so make sure you subscribe to Cincinnati Bengals Talk on YouTube. Bookmark allbengals.com, because we're going to have post-game recaps, observations. I'm going to stand right here after the game and discuss it, react to it. Obviously, we'll have all the Joe Burrow content in the world, plus all of these roster battles as well. And if that's not enough for you, you can catch Jake Lisco and myself on the Locked On Bengals podcast on Sunday evening after this game ends. So thank you so much for watching. As always, hit that subscribe button, and we'll talk to you after the game.